Om Shanti, this is Sakar Murli of 29th August 2025. Morning Murli Baptada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, for your own safety, always protect yourself from the claws of Maya, the wise. Never become a body conscious. Question: what mean teaching does the Father gives all of you children so that you can become a charitable souls? Answer: Baba says, children, in order to become a charitable souls, 1. Constantly continue to follow Shrimat, never become careless about the pilgrimage of remembrance. 2. Make full effort to become a soul conscious and gain victory over lust, greatest enemy. This is the time to become a charitable souls and to leave this land of sorrow and go across to the dead land of happiness. Om Shanti, it is the fathers who questions you children every day. You wouldn't said that Shivbaba has small children. Souls exist internally. The fathers also exist internally. It is only at this time when both Bab and Dada exist that the children have to be looked after. There are so many of you children who have to be looked after. He has to keep an account of each one's. Just as a physical father is a concerned and feels it would be good if his children also become a part of this Brahman clan. So I too feel that my children should become a pure and go to the pure world. I don't want my children to be sipped down into a Maya or the gutter. The unlimited father is concerned about his children. There are so many centers. He knows which children he has to send where for the safety. Nowadays, it is very difficult to remain safe. There isn't any safety in the world. In heaven, everyone is safe. Here, no one is safe. They become a trap somewhere or other in the claws of Maya, the wise. You souls are now being giving this teaching. It is here that you have company of truth. You have to leave this land of sorrow and go across to the land of happiness. You children now understand what the land of sorrow is and what that land of happiness is. At this time, it is truly a land of sorrow. We have committed a lot of sins here, whereas when we are there, we will be a charitable souls. We now have to become a charitable souls. Each of you now knows the history and geography of your 84 births. No one in the world knows the history and geography of 84 births. The Father has now come and explains your biographies to you. You now understand that you have become fully charitable souls by staying on a pilgrimage of remembrance. It is by being careless in this that you have deceived a great deal. The Father says it is not good to be careless at this time. You have to follow Srimad in that too. The main thing that Baba says is first, stay on a pilgrimage of remembrance, and second, conquer lust, the greatest enemy. Everyone's call out to the Father because souls receive their inheritance of the peace and happiness from Him. Previously, when you were body conscious, you didn't know anything. You children are now being made soul conscious. New ones have to be giving the introductions of firstly their limited fathers and secondly the unlimited father. From the unlimited father you receive heaven as your fortune. From limited fathers you receive hell as your fortune. When a child grows up, he has a right to property. When he develops understanding, he gradually becomes influenced by a Maya. All of these customs and systems belong to the Raman's kingdom, this vicious world. You children know that this world is now to be changed. This old world is now to be destroyed. Destruction is only mentioned in the Gita. There is a new mention of the Mahabharata war, the great war. In any other scriptures, this is the most elevated confidence age of the Gita. The age of the Gita means the establishment of the original internal deity region. The Gita is the scriptures of the deity region. So this is the age of the Gita when the new world is being established. Human beings have to change. They have to change from ordinary human beings into a deities. Human beings with the divine virtues are definitely needed for new world. No one in the world knows these things. They have made the durations of the cycle very long. The father is now explaining to you children, and you understand that Baba truly is teaching you. Shri Krishna can never be called the father, teacher, or a guru. If Shri Krishna were the teacher, from the whom did he learn? He cannot be called the ocean of knowledge. You children now have to experience to immediate people get together and discuss how service can expand. How can service become a fast? Then they will understand that Brahmakumaris, whom they create so much trouble, are the fact right. The rest of the world is false, and this is why they continue to rock the boat of the truth. Storms do come, do they not? You are the boats that go across. You understand that you have to go across from this world of Maya. This first storm is of body consciousness. That is the worst storm of all. It is that voice that has made everyone impure. That is why the Father says lust is the greatest enemy. It is very forceful storms. Still, some have conquered. Others who live at home with their families are still trying to protect themselves from it. This is very easy for Kumars and Kumaris. This is why the name Kanaiya, Lord of Kumaris, is remembered. So many Kumaris must definitely belong to the Shivbaba. Sri Krishna was a bodily being. He could not have had so many Kumaris. You are now being made into queens through this study. Purity is a principal thing required for this. Look at yourself, check that your chart of remembrance is good. Baba received the charts of the children. Some have 2 to 3 hours of the remembrance. Some have 5 hours. Some don't write at all. They remember him very little. Not everyone's pilgrimage can be seen. There will be still be many more children to come. Each one of you has to check your chart and see to what extent you will be able to claim a status. To what extent do you have to happiness of the dead? Since you now belong to the highest on high Father, why should you not constantly happy? According to the drama, you have performed a lot of devotions. The Father has now come to give the devotees the fair food. Sinful acts continue to be performed in the Raman's kingdom. You are making effort to go to the Satopradhan world. Those who don't make full effort will go Sato stage. Not everyone will take as much of this knowledge. Everyone definitely has to receive the message whenever they are. This is why you have to go to every corner. These missions must also go abroad. Here there are missions of Buddhists and Christians who come to convert people of other religions into their religion. You explained that we originally belonged to the deity's religion and that we now belong to the Hindu religion. Generally, those of Hindu religions will come to you. Among them too, it will be a worshippers of the Shiva and those who worship the deities who come. Baba has told you to serve the kings. Mostly they are worshippers of the deities. They have temples in their homes. You have to benefit them too. Consider yourselves to have to come here with the Father for that faraway land. The Father has come to establish a new world. You are also doing that. Those who establish it will be certain in it. You should have classifications inside you that you have come here with Shivbaba to establish the deity's kingdom and to make the whole world into heavens. One is amazed at what people continue to do in this world. Look how they worship. During the Navratri 9 nights festival of the goddess, they worship the goddess. Since there is a night, there must also be the day. You have a song. What a wonderful did you see. They make clay images, decorate them and worship them. Their hearts become so attached to those images that when they go to the sung them, they cry. When a person has died, they take the body to a river and sink it while chanting God's name. Many go there. Those rivers exist internally. You know that dancing etc. used to take place on the banks of the river Jamuna. There will be a huge palaces there. You will go and build them there. When someone is to pass an important examinations, his intellect plays now he will have a house built after he passes his examinations. You children also have to remain aware that you are becoming deities, that you are now to go to your home. You should be happy remembering your home. When someone is returning from his travel, he becomes very happy because he is going home to where he took birth. The home of few souls is incorporeal world. There is so much happiness. Human beings do so much devotions in order to attain liberations. However, no one has such a part in the drama that he can return home. Yet, you know that they definitely have to play their parts for a half of cycle. Our 84 births are now coming to an end. We now have to return home and we will then enter our kingdom. Simply remember your home and your kingdom. While sitting here, some people remember their factories, etc. For instance, look at Birla. He has so many factories, he would be concerned about all of them throughout the day. If you were to tell him to remember Baba, he would have so many obstructions. He would repeatedly remember his business. It is easier for the mothers and even more easier for the kumaris. Die a living death and forget this whole world. When you consider yourselves to be a souls and belong to a Shiv Baba, it is called dying alive. Renounce your bodies, all worldly relationships. Consider yourselves to be a song and belong to Shiv Baba. Continue to remember Shiv Baba because there is a huge burden of sins on your head. You all have the desires to die alive and belong to the Shiv Baba. There should be no consciousness of bodies. We come bodiless and we have to return bodiless. We now belong to the Father. Therefore, we must not remember anyone but the Father. If that were happen soon, the war would also take place soon. Shiv Baba tells us so often that we belong to him. We are residents of the dead place. Here there is so much sorrow. This is now the final birth. The Father has told you that when you were Satapardhan, there were no others. You were so wealthy. Money at this time is like a shells. It is worth nothing, just shells. All of it for temporary happiness. The Father has told you that when you donate a lot in the past and perform a lot of charity, you receive a lot of wealth and you donate that too. However, that was only for one birth. Here you become a wealthy for many births. Here the more important ones is the more sorrow there is. Those who have a lot of wealth are very much trapped. They can never come and stay here. Only ordinary poor ones surrender themselves. Wealthy ones never do that. The money they earn is for their grandchildren in order to keep their clan going. They themselves would not come into that same home. The grandchildren who perform a good act previously would come, just as those who make many donations become a king. However, they are not ever healthy. So what if they rule a kingdom? They still don't have imperishable happiness. Here there are many types of sorrow at every step. There are all of this sorrow will have been removed. People call out to Father, remove our sorrow. You understand that all your sorrow is to be removed. Simply continue to remember the Father. You cannot receive this inheritance from anyone but one's Father. The Father removes all of the sorrow from this whole world. At this time, even animals experience so much sorrow. This is the world of sorrow. Sorrow is continually increasing and souls are continuing to become a tamopardhan. We are now at the confluence age where everyone is in Iron Age. This is the most elevated confluence age. Baba is making us into the most elevated human beings. Even by remembering this much, you can remain happy. God is teaching us and making us into the master of the world. At least remember this much. By studying his teaching, his children should become gods and goddesses. God is a bestower of the happiness, so how do you receive a sorrow? The Father sits here and explains this. Why are God's children experience a sorrow? God is the remover of the sorrow and bestower of the happiness. People definitely must be experience a sorrow, but that this is why they sing this phrase. You know, that the father is teaching you Raj Yoga. You are making effort. There cannot be any doubt about this. You Brahmakumaris and Kumaris are studying Raj Yoga. You are not telling lies. When someone has doubts, explains to him. This is a study. Destruction is in front of you. We are Brahmas, the top note of the confidence stage. Prajapita Brahma is here. Therefore, there will be definitely also be a Brahmans here. This is also be explained to you, and that is why you have faith. However, the main thing is the pilgrimage of remembrance, and it is in this that there are obstacles. Continue to examine your charts and see to what extent you remember Baba and to what extent your mercury of happiness rise. You should be happy inside that you are now holding the hand of Master of the garden, the purifier. You shake hand with Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to spiritual children. And the spiritual children say Namaste to spiritual father. Essence for Dharna 1. Remember your home and kingdom and maintain limitless happiness. Constantly remember that your journey is now coming to an end. We are now to go home, will then return to our kingdom. 2. You are shake hands with Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba. That master of the garden is making you pure from impure. Through this state, you are becoming the queens of heaven. Keep this happiness inside you. Blessings, may you be constantly victorious and attain the 3 medals of victory. In order to claim a number in the rosary of victory, first of all, gain a victory over yourself. The gain victory over all others and then victory over matters. When you have attained these 3 medals, you will then be able to become a bead of the rosary of victory. To gain victory over yourself means to transform your wasteful intentions and nature with your elevated intentions and good wishes. Those who gain victory over themselves in this way are also able to gain victory over others. To gain victory over matters means to triumph over the atmosphere, vibrations, and problems of physical matter. Slogan: those who completely rule their physical organs are the true Raj Yogis. Awake signal: in order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in a God's love. Along with this knowledge, you children have also received true spiritual, and it is this spiritual love that has made you belong to the God. Each child receive a double love, firstly from the Father and secondly from the divine family. The experience of the love has made you into true mouse. This love works like a magnetic that makes your souls ready to listen and die. The children who die alive at the confluence age go to heaven. Acha, Om Shanti.